to our live and much with My Chemical Romance, brand new material, and the hits on the way. But in the meantime, we have the unique opportunity to talk to the guys. Welcome again. Thank you for being here.
Thanks for having us.
Now, when you guys left to tour Three Cheers for Sweet Revenge, two of you were living in a basement. A lot of you were going through some hard times. And I wonder, when you leave for 2 years and your career reaches that epic crescendo, what's it like to come home and have to face those problems?
Interesting you ask, because I'm still living in a basement.
Come on.
I'm living at my mom's again.
He's moving near me soon.
Yeah,
You guys are gonna live together?
Yeah, we're gonna live in the same building. Bob
complex,
has
yeah.
his own.
Oh, jeez.
The guys all have places,
Yeah,
though.
we have places now.
But the unique thing about when you tour as a band is you essentially get to leave, but when you come back, the problems that you left are still essentially there.
Yeah. No, this is real true.
That is true. I agree.
How did that affect touring or this album?
Well, I mean, it makes it a little trickier, at times very difficult. I think that's what ends up affecting you on the road. It's not the life on the road and how hard it is or waking up early. That's not, or the flights or anything. It's the stuff that happens back home that you can't be there for to help people, and that really bums you out, you know?
Well, I was about to ask about that. I mean, what's that 3 a.m. phone call like where you're halfway across the world and you can't just go home?
You feel really hopeless, you know, or helpless is what I mean.
We're gonna come back outside.
We're having a serious discussion right now. Yeah, I mean, there's no right. God damn it!
We're gonna come outside. No, but I mean, you must deal with that sort of isolation when you get those kinds of phone calls.
No, absolutely. I mean, there's no right answer. There's no wrong answer. All you can say is, you know, I'll be home soon, and that's really always the thing that you kind of end up saying is like, I love you and I'll be home soon. Like, I don't know what else I can do, but if there's any, like, if you want to call me again at 5 a.m., I'll be here. But
we need to invent a teleporter.
Nice, a teleporter. Expensive phone bills, I suppose, as well.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's worth it. We wouldn't put up with that if this didn't mean everything to us. So that's why we do it. So.
At the level that you guys have reached, this is the time when things can start to happen within that dynamic, and I wonder what has been the strongest test of friendship amongst you guys.
I think finishing this record. I mean,
absolutely,
it's the one thing that brought us closer together. Go ahead.
We went into writing and recording this record thinking we were like the closest we could possibly be, but after all the things, like when you dig really deep and you push each other so hard, like demons come out and you have to like fight them, and to do that on your own is really hard. So when you really find out that you're living with your family and these are the people that really have your back, it makes you feel, I don't know, more powerful, I guess, because you're fighting it together.
What was your personal demon that you had to deal with?
The different things come up, like depression and wondering, you know, like you're away for so long and you give so much to this. Is it worth it? Are you going to, are you going to make a difference? Is it going, in the long run, going to be worth being away from the people that you love and abandoning people? And, when you write something that all of a sudden, like, people say, like, thank you, and you pushing the limits and doing what you guys did really changed my life, that makes it worthwhile, you know?
Is a struggle between the relationship with these people and the people that you love? It seems like you have to balance the two as well.
Yeah, you do. You do have to balance it. It's never a struggle really with them or the people you love. It's really within yourself, and that's what you find out, is that the struggle is all really internal, and it's very difficult dealing with having a crash course in growing up, taking care of yourself, fame, success, all this other stuff that you didn't plan on, and it really, sometimes it could eat out, your insides, eat your insides up. And
I was talking to Damon from Badly Drawn Boy a couple of weeks ago, and he was talking about how fame doesn't change you, but you have to change to cope with fame. Do you guys identify with that?
I think to an extent you have to adapt to it, and you have to be ready for it. You have to be prepared for it. You run out of time and things like that. You want to be able to make time for every single person, and sometimes you can't. And that's actually one of the biggest drags, that you can't. Sometimes you can't meet everybody.
One of the interesting things about the lifestyle that you live is nobody can really teach you how to do it. You've got to learn for yourself. What was the hardest part that way?
What was the hardest thing we had to learn for ourselves in this lifestyle?
Oh, man. Not everybody's your friend, even if they come off that way. Let's see, what else?
Talk about how does that affect coming into new relationships? I don't just mean romantic, but I mean friends-wise.
There's a lot of sharks, and sometimes it's hard to not shut everybody out because of that, Sometimes you just got to be on your guard at all times, and really, who your family is. You can count them on like maybe two hands, and everybody else kind of not has to prove themselves, but you always have to be on guard sometimes.
One of the interesting things about this band is the Black Parade is your alter ego,
right,
as a band, but I wonder whether each of you internally have that other side that only you see when you look at the mirror at 3 a.m.
I think everybody has a strong duality. That's every human being, and we're no exception to that. And I think that's what we faced in this record. I think the Black Parade, in a weird way, represents that other side of us that we had to face. I don't know much about the Black Parade yet as far as a band. I don't know if they're nice people or not. We're trying to find out. But when you face that other part of yourself, it helps you really kind of discover who you really are. So
Paul's got an audience question. Paul?
All right.
How's it going? I was just wondering, you guys have a very theatrical music style, like you said before, and your songs always seem to tell really amazing stories. And I was just wondering, do you guys find more inspiration from, say, movies and books than you do from other bands?
Absolutely. I think this would be the most musically inspired album we put out, meaning like it was inspired by Queen's Night at the Opera, Pink Floyd's The Wall, very classic rock records. But cinema, big part of that has always been cinema for this band. We watch, everything from European films to Hong Kong action flicks to horror movies to, it's all very relative to dramas, and that's where we draw, I think, our biggest influence for everything. The uniforms, the look, the aesthetic, and the music, everything.
Great question, Paul.
It was.
We've got a phone call question as well.
Okay.
Hello? Hello? Juliana, are you there? I guess Juliana's not there.
Well.
Sorry,
Thanks.
Juliana. Gerard, you had to deal with addiction issues. It's been well documented. Being sober, how difficult was it for you to find that sober self and that sober identity?
I had a good 2 years to do that, and I don't think I would have been able to do what I brought to this record if I wasn't clean and sober. I am more proud of this record than anything I've been a part of before, because I had to do it perfectly clean and perfectly sober, and that makes it really pure and really focused. So.
When you deal with that sort of thing, sobriety, what's more difficult? The physical addiction or the mental addiction?
The mental addiction. You're going out. I'm okay with it now, but you go and hang out with your friends. We all go out, and you miss holding a drink in your hand. That's the bottom line, and you feel that that's part of partying. So what you do is then you just stop going out and stop being social, and then you become a weirdo, and So, but now I'm really cool with it. We go hang out all the time. I'm totally cool with being around people that are wasted. It's fine. As long as they're not like total idiots, it's cool.
You just have a soda with a lime.
Yeah, soda with lime, exactly.
Email question.
Okay.
From across the country. I've got it, coincidentally, in my jacket pocket. We got Christina from Fort Erie. She wants to know, what was the biggest challenge you've had to face this year?
Biggest challenge. Biggest challenge we've faced this year.
Well, this year, all we've done is really write the record, so
true.
that would have to be it.
Yeah, the Black Parade is the biggest challenge we had to face this year. We met them in a parking lot, and, they brought knives, they cheated, it wasn't fair. So, I think they won,
It's difficult.
Yes, it's difficult.
So, another thing with this band is the fans, all of these fans are so dedicated. And you guys are completely honest. To them, and I imagine they're completely honest with you. Is it a draining band to be in that respect?
No. The honesty is the best part. Seriously, don't ever stop telling us what you really think, because it's very important to us. And it's that kind of dedication where you could play a show and be on stage, and in that moment you're all extraordinary together, and you could kind of do no wrong to them. But then you can come off stage and they may not like your sneakers, and they'll tell you, and I like that. You know what I mean? They'll be like, man, you're really crappy in that song, man. It's just good to hear honesty. you know.
What are the most important personal stories you've heard from fans?
Well, they're all really too personal to tell, but I've heard, but the best ones have been about somebody overcoming something to be who they are today, and if some way, and if we've helped them in some way get there, or even without our help, just stories of people overcoming and beating the odds to be who they are. That's the
Speaking
best.
of fans, we got a bunch outside. You guys want to take a little walk outside and
Yes.
say hello? All right. The guys in My Chemical Romance are coming on out. Gentlemen, if you'll just kindly follow me. Bob, you can bring that piece of the set. Don't worry about it. Gentlemen, come on out. The guys in My Chemical Romance, these guys have been waiting all day long. Bob even found a piece of the set. More music, more chat with MCR. It's Alive and Much. Stay tuned.